Hello, beautiful conscious creators. I hope that you've started your day with nothing short of health, wealth, peace, love, and light. As we explore healing and conscious creation together in this space, I hope that you'll remember to be kind and patient with yourself and your thoughts. So, I don't really have a song recommendation for the day. Let me see if I can find something. Give me a moment of your time. Give me a moment of your time. Okay. Olamide Ginger. Ginger by Olamide. It's a nice song. It's a value song. So I wanted to share how I learned to slow down. And all of these things that I'm sharing with you, they take practice and they take time. And once you get into the habit of, these practices in your life, once these practices become habitual, then they start trickling, or you start finding them in other spaces in your life. So if you want to learn to slow down as an overall goal or vision, so that you can take things a bit slower, so that you don't feel rushed and you don't feel like you always have to be on the go, always on the move, and you just want to slow down. And even when you have to respond to a situation, or learning how to respond instead of reacting to situations, because situations can agitate us so much that we want to react immediately. If you want to now start embodying a different way and a different approach in slowing down, so that you can respond to situations instead of reacting, so that you can, you don't have to rush in your life in general, knowing that where you are, like I said in the previous video, is exactly where you need to be. So you don't have to rush in order to achieve your goals, or you don't have to put all of that pressure on yourself, because you've learned how to slow down and you learned how to receive in the moment that you're in. The things that I put into place, I started practicing slowing down in small areas in my life, and then it started to filter, it started to trickle into other things that I began to embody the slowing down. I began to slow down just in just my way of life. And yes, there are moments where I'm rushing, there are moments when I'm on the go, but more often than not, I'm more relaxed about things. And when things are urgent, there are different situations that you can apply to your steadiness, but it's knowing that you at least have the option to slow down. Now, how I did it is I mentioned in the previous episode that I used to use lavender before bed, right? I generally shower close hours before bedtime, because it's just it's so relaxing and it's so calming, and you just you want to snuggle because now you're warm and all of that stuff. But with that, I used to I used to shower, put lotion on, and it was all very quick. It lasted, I would say, between 10 to 15 minutes, and 15 minutes is a bit of a stretch in terms of that whole process and that whole routine. So what I started doing in order to just slow down and get in touch with my body, because it takes you, by slowing down, you remove yourself from the head and you lean and you start feeling into the body. So that I started using that time to put lotion on very slowly. And in the beginning, it will feel absolutely tedious because why are you taking so long to put lotion on? Why? Because you're always on the go, that it almost irritates you. You almost irritate yourself when you take time to put lotion on your body because you want to get this done and move on to the next thing and move on to the next thing. But you have to be conscious if you want to, and maybe, I'm receiving a massage. Oh yeah, no, it's not that important. But like learning to slow down and putting that lotion on very slowly, and you're looking at your skin and you're observing, and you become tender with yourself. And the more tender you are when you're applying this lotion, it's something very small, but it filters into other things. So if you're not someone that is too crazy about taking your time when bathing, you can also do the cooking aspect. You can also cook at a slower pace. So to embody the slowness, the steadiness, the taking the time and being patient and being tender and kind, and just the idea of slowing down so that you're not always in a rush, needs to come from something that that you can take your time doing. Because once you slow down in those things, once you learn how to truly fundamentally slow down and be there, you learn to be present in that moment with the things that you're doing. So it also teaches us about presence, this whole idea of slowing down. When I put the lotion on, I am aware of how I am touching and nurturing and being there with my skin. And so I am present in the moment as I am applying this lotion, as I'm putting the oils in my face and all of that stuff, and I'm feeling and I'm experiencing that moment. I am one with that moment. And understanding it and knowing it because you've started applying it, it becomes much easier because you can translate that knowing and understanding of how to slow down in other things in your life. And that's how it filters into other things, because now you have started and you have learned to embody it, and you become it in a small aspect where you can learn and know this feeling and what it feels like for you to slow down. And once you get to that state, where you know how to slow down in this area, and you are better able to filter it into other areas of your life, you learn to be a little bit more patient with yourself. I know I always say patient, be kind and patient with yourself, but these things are practices. You have to practice it in order to, the feeling can filter into all other areas in your life. Yeah, and I'm gonna leave this episode there. So if you have something that you can do, like cooking, I don't know, I like cooking because it takes me out of my head again and puts me into my body, because I'm chopping the onion very slowly, and I'm present with what I'm doing. Whatever it is that works for you, start there, and you will notice and you will understand that feeling, and it becomes easier to apply it into different areas of your life, so that you're better able to respond to situations. You're better able to observe. Take the time to say, I don't have to rush. Things will always work out perfectly. It's okay. I don't have to rush this. you know? Yeah. Anyway, thank you for listening all the way to the end. My name is Obake and I am your accidental therapist. Oh, excuse me. It came out this time. Did you hear it? It was like, boom, boom. Anyway, yes!